Many sections of the media are reporting that Toyota's hydrogen car dream is falling apart, or it's on struggle street. Now, guys, I don't agree with this. I agree that Toyota's hydrogen car dream is in trouble, but I think it's actually far worse than this. In fact, I believe it's completely dead. There's a good reason for this, and I think if you're following the industry closely, if you're a fan of Toyota, then you're going to struggle to believe this, because it'll mean that your holy grail, your Jesus, which is sort of in some ways the way that people look at Toyota. They think it's like they can do no wrong. They are the epitome of manufacturing efficiency and the perfection of vehicles impersonated. That's the way that people look at them. Now, this obviously is delusion. You can say this for a lot of car brands of different brands. And honestly, the problem here is that a lot of people are getting confused because there are so many fans of Toyota. Heaps of fans of Toyota. We're talking fans from the 80s, from the 90s, and people who are just obsessively stuck with one car brand, and they're not interested in actually learning the fact that this car brand has fallen behind. They've focused on one strategy, and that strategy has failed. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Toyota's strategy has unquestionably failed. In a recent review testing Toyota's bZ4X electric SUV, the reviewers, major mainstream automotive experts who obviously do get paid by Toyota, they get paid to market on their website, they slammed the bZ4X. They said the thing was just so far below its rivals that it was a joke. This is not the only time this has happened. The truth is, a lot of people believe that the Toyota bZ4X is a compliance car. It's not a car intended to sell in large numbers, and that'd be correct. I mean, less than 1% of Toyota sales last year were fully electric. Less than 1%. This year, it might be around 1%. The number is minuscule. Is Toyota's electric car a compliance car? I don't know. I mean, who knows? What are Toyota's guys, what are they saying in their boardrooms? I don't know. But I do know this. Toyota aren't making a profit from them, and they're crap. For the money you get, what you're getting is subpar charging, slow charging speeds. You're getting less range than your rivals. You're getting less features than your rivals. You're getting an interior, to be honest, guys, people critique new EV interiors. They say they're too boring, they're too simple, they're too minimalist, they don't have enough buttons. But let's be frank here. The plastic fantastic interiors of Toyotas are absolutely shithouse. There's no way even a Toyota fan could get into one of these Toyota vehicles and look at all this plastic stuff everywhere, this grey, scratchy plastic everywhere, and say, wow, look at this premium $80,000 car. I'm getting great value. I feel so satisfied. I've driven out of the dealership, paid my $80,000. Now I'm talking Australian dollars, $50,000 US, and I feel like I've gotten a great product. Come on. Let's be honest. There's no way they could have done that. Toyota has no advanced EV technology at all. None. It can't mass manufacture EVs. It doesn't have a dedicated EV production line anywhere in the world. It doesn't. And why does it not? Well, because its company, its hierarchy believes the future of the entire planet is not EVs, it's hydrogen-powered cars. Now, of course, they've intentionally hidden their heads in the sand when it comes to what will really be the future of the global automotive industry. Now, think about this, right? The best technology flows down into other cheaper cars. That has happened forever. Originally, when turbochargers came out, they were only in the best cars, right? Originally, when we had these high kilowatt hour or high horsepower per litre engines, they were just for the most expensive vehicles, right? That technology filters down. So if you have a look at the best technology today, it's 500 watt hour per kilogram energy density batteries. It's charging speeds of up to 900 kilowatt in new Zeekr electric cars. It's stuff where you think to yourself, there's no reason that I would ever want internal combustion versus this. We're talking insane horsepower. We're talking, small motors that weigh 65 kilograms that have around 400 horsepower in that tiny motor. Range of more than 1,000 kilometers, 600 miles. This is a technology that will flow down into the mass market within a few years' time. How does hydrogen compete with that? Because by the time hydrogen cars, if they ever get any better than they are today, if they do, it's a moving target. EVs are getting better at a much faster pace. And not many people realize this, but companies have been working on hydrogen-powered vehicles now for more than 30 years. Not a whole lot. I mean, some stuff has changed, but nowhere near what experts expected. Toyota recorded a 54% drop in worldwide hydrogen-powered vehicle sales so far in 2024. 54% drop. They sold 134 hydrogen-powered cars across the entire planet. 134. And I genuinely feel sorry for those 134 owners. Guys, I'd like to extend to you my deepest sympathies. I have seen the documentary. I'm sure many of you have seen it. There's a really good documentary on YouTube by someone who wanted to see what it was like to own a hydrogen-powered vehicle in California. You can't own one in any other state in America because there's no hydrogen-powered, basically almost no hydrogen refueling stations in the other 49 states. But there is in California. There's a few of them. That documentary exposed the hell it is to own a hydrogen-powered vehicle from Toyota. So there's only a few thousand, I believe about 10,000 hydrogen-powered vehicle owners in America. But they are suing Toyota, begging Toyota or demanding Toyota take back their vehicles because the hydrogen-powered refueling system is horrendous. It is shocking. It is so bad, guys. You need to watch this documentary. I'll try and find it. I'll put a link in the description below. Owning one is just, by the time you actually drive all the way to your nearest hydrogen refueling station, you're in a position where you're freaking out, thinking, if that thing is broken, and here's the problem, if thing is broken, I'm screwed. I have to get a tow truck. In fact, this is happening so common, so frequently, that the few number of hydrogen refueling stations in California that exist, they're so often broken or stuck to cars. The hydrogen pumps stick to cars and they freeze to them. This happens so often that Toyota is in fact offering free tow truck pickups because it's so common. And as you can see, hydrogen sales are dead. 134 sales in 12 months across the entire planet from the world's largest automaker. Fuel cell electric vehicles were supposed to be the future. Toyota has been telling us they would be. It's been telling investors they would be now for many, many years. It promised that this would be a solution, a panacea. And it said that EVs sucked in comparison. EVs would never work. I mean, come on. We all know that, right? They have lithium batteries. Hydrogen-powered vehicles have lithium batteries as well. Should mention that. Toyota was very quiet on that note. But anyhow, as we learned earlier this year, owning a hydrogen-powered car in the United States is an enormous headache. Hydrogen prices have skyrocketed. In fact, hydrogen prices have tripled over the last couple of years. Tripled. It means refueling your hydrogen-powered vehicle is so expensive, you really do need to be rich to do it. It forces owners as well to go out of their way to keep their vehicle running. So not only is it really triple the price, meaning it's around about 4 times more expensive to fill your hydrogen-powered vehicle than it is with gasoline or to actually plug it in at your home and charge it. About 4 times more expensive, up to 5 times. I mean, obviously you have solar that's totally free to charge your EV. But not only is it so expensive, you have to drive home. You have to drive all the way to this charging station, which is going to cost you who knows how much. And then you've got to drive all the way back. So basically refueling your vehicle is going to cost you at least $50. I mean, it's so unrealistic. As the year comes to an end, sales numbers show that Toyota's hydrogen car dream is it's dead. It is over. It's finished. Now, crazy enough, in the UK, Toyota is telling people that they can't test drive a hydrogen-powered vehicle because there's so much demand for them. They're selling so well. And I literally, guys, I made a video about this about a month or two ago because somebody sent me the dialogue from Toyota. Toyota responded. Someone said, I want to test drive one of your hydrogen vehicles. And Toyota said, sorry, we don't have any that you can test drive because they are under such high demand. That's an exact paraphrase from Toyota. So much demand for them, we don't have any vehicles for you to test drive. So you just have to go and buy it, take our word for it that hydrogen is the future. And well, if it's not, then too bad, so sad. And this is the problem. Toyota dealerships are preying and have been preying on the naive. Those people that I talked about that are not educated, especially females who don't know as much about cars as men do. If you think that's incorrect, then you ask yourself, why is it that 98% of the people who watch this channel are male? Yeah, you get my point. Women they'll go to a Toyota dealership and they think, well, it's Toyota. They'll look after me. They've always done so in the past. And then that dealership sells them a hydrogen vehicle, tells them this is the future, even though they know this is a complete lie. That person drives away and realizes they've actually just bought a nightmare. Now, even though this sounds bad, it's actually worse than it sounds. When you look at the year-to-date figures from January through to November, sales for Toyota hydrogen-powered vehicles fell by 54%. That is insane. Now, guys, looking at the sales of hydrogen-powered vehicles worldwide for Toyota, you can see where things are going. In 2017, Toyota sold 2,741, which was a rise of 34% versus the previous year, so not bad. The following year, sales went down by 10% to 2,457. 2019, 2,500. 2020, 1,770. And then Toyota, I believe, updated the Mirai, and they did a big sales push. Heaps of marketing. They invested literally millions and millions of dollars marketing this new hydrogen-powered Mirai, and their sales jumped by 234% to 6,000. 6,000. Well, it's a tiny drop in the ocean, but it's still a big increase versus 2020. The following year, sales fell again by 33%, down to 3,924. In 2023, sales were 4,000, growth of 2.5%, but still a tiny smidgen of the 10 million cars that Toyota sold worldwide. In November, Toyota sold 134 across the entire planet, which was a significant drop. But for the entire year, only 1,700 vehicles were sold, which was a crash, I should say, of 54%. As I mentioned earlier, there is a class action lawsuit in the United States, in California. Many Toyota Mirai owners have joined that class action. I suggest if you own one, you should join it as well. I believe the only fair thing to do for Toyota is, after they lied to owners, telling them that this was the future and everyone will be driving around in these new vehicles within only a few years' time, I think it's only fair that you should get your money back. That's reasonable. If anything, Toyota should pay you for all the arse about hassle that you've had to go through. Imagine if you bought a Tesla, right, 10 years ago, and there was almost no charging stations, and you couldn't charge it at home. There was some sort of proprietary plug, so you couldn't charge it at home. Imagine how stressful that would make your life. Well, that's what it's like for many hydrogen car owners. Now, Toyota will push ahead. BMW are pushing ahead with their new X5 hydrogen vehicle. Toyota still believe this is the future. By 2040, all of you guys, even all you EV fans, you'll be proven wrong. Toyota will be right, and we'll all be driving around in hydrogen-powered cars because that's what Toyota wants.